There you go. This is a good one. What was your worst heartbreak? The first one. So I was 19 when I got my first ever like proper girlfriend. She was a few years older than me. She was like 22 years old. And we were together for not so long, even just like a few months, but she was the first girl I'd been with. I hadn't really done I hadn't had sex before, so I was a virgin. I lost my virginity to her. She had had one or two boyfriends before me and also like two or three kind of like hookups before me as well. So that used to kill me because she was my everything and I was her 20%. And I remember one day she was texting a guy, and you get that gut feeling that something's wrong. So when I asked who was that, she told me like, "Oh, it's just someone from back home. He was just asking me how like university is." The first question I asked was like, "Is he someone that you've been with?" And she said no. And the gut feeling didn't go away. So I keep asking her, "Okay, go on, tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Like, like, why are you texting this guy? Like, is he someone you've been with? Is he one of the guys that you've been with before me?" No, 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 no. It's not him. It's not him. And she really tried to comfort me, but my gut feeling just stayed. And the day ends with her just fully saying, "No, it's not him." Few days of arguing like this, and I keep asking to the point, then I make like a threat and I say, if you don't tell me, because I know it is, if you don't tell me, then I will leave you. Hang on, let me ban this fucking retard. Hmm. And then she admits it and she goes, "Oh yeah, it was. It is a guy that I have been with before." And that like just fucking stuck in my heart. You know what I mean? Because that's cheating, right? You guys all would agree with me that that's cheating. Texting someone that she had been with before me is cheating, and lying about it as well, that makes it 10 times worse. That is cheating. Like, would you guys say it's cheating? Type 1 in the chat and type 2 if you think like, nah, that's not really cheating. Who thinks that's cheating if your girl is texting like a guy who's fucked her before? Even if they're not really like texting anything sexual, just like, "Oh, hey, how's university, whatever." But like, I still think it's cheating, right? I'm glad that all of you guys have got two fucking testicles, because most men don't. If we ask the general population, I'm telling you right now, most guys would be fine with their girl texting the guy from before them. They'd all be looking at us and saying, like, "What? You all are insecure. Just trust her, bro. Trust is so important in a relationship." Fuck you, little cuck. Most guys are fucking cheat, like little cucks, right? They'll be fine with this. We've got like a good group of guys here, like a good community of guys who we've got some fucking standards, right? So it was cheating, of course. So I should have broke up with her at this point, and I didn't. I stayed with her. And basically I did break up with her, but then like I just got back with her in like a day or two or something. So I did break up with her actually, but we just got back together. And I start asking now, like now I'm going a bit crazy because now I'm asking her more details, right? Because this was like trickle truth, which drives a person like fucking insane. So start asking her more details, and I'm like, okay, well, tell me about this guy. When were you with him? Is he one of the guys? How many times were you with this guy? Was it once? It was before me, right? Like just asking about all the fuck who's done this before. Type 1 in the chat. Who's like ended up having that fucking moment where you're like almost interrogating your girl. because you're in like some fucked up period where you're telling her like, no, like, tell me, like, when were you with this guy, and show me the messages. When were you with him? Okay, how many times were you with him? Like, was it before me? But when was it? Okay, show me his Instagram. Like, just some. You shouldn't be doing this, of course. At this point, you should just end the relationship. But this was like the first girl I'd ever been with. This was like my, like the love of my fucking life. Basically, this was like the girl that I named children with. Like, I lost my fucking virginity to this girl. Right, this was my first ever proper girlfriend. And so I start going crazy, asking all these questions. How many times were you with him? No, just once, just once. How many? So you only had sex with him once? Did you wear a condom? Yeah, it was just once. We wore a condom. Yeah, yeah. And I see his Instagram, and I see that he's liked a picture that she posted like 2 weeks ago. She liked a picture that he posted like a month ago or something. And it's like, it's pissing me off. And then we'll have like a normal day, right? We'll go on like a date. We'll kind of forget it. We'll have sex. We'll go to sleep. And then it'll be like in my gut again, like something's fucky, whatever. And I start asking, so you were only with this guy like once before me? It was just like a one-time hookup. Yeah, it was, whatever. And then my gut feeling is really just focused on that specific thing. You were only with him once. She goes, yeah. And I'm like, is that true? And she's so adamant it is, but my gut feeling didn't go. And for fucking days, I'm like literally waking up in the night, because this is my fucking girl, right? This is the girl I thought I was going to be with. So of course it feels like something big, and waking up and texting her again and all of this. And I remember both of us were like so stressed at this point. This was around like December or something of university. So we'd only been together for only a few months, but it's very intense. And I still remember this day. I went back home for a little bit, so I'm back in my family home, and I go into our little garage at the back where we have like a little home gym with a bench and dumbbells. And I'm sat on the bench, and I call her, and I ask her the same question. I'm like, "Tell me the truth. How many times were you with this guy?" And she goes, "Just once." And I say to her, "Listen, I'm going to give you one last chance. Tell me the truth, or I'm going to break up with you. How many times were you with this guy? Because I know that it was way more than once. I know it." And she goes, "Okay, it was lots of time." That just fucking killed me. And then I asked her, "How many times did you use a condom?" And she says, "None of the times." And I was on my phone, like we were on FaceTime. And I still remember I went like this. I went like this, like my heart fucking teared up in half, basically. Uh, yeah, that was the worst heartbreak. This was like weeks of pain just ending this relationship. And then about a whole month, like the whole month of January of the next year, was me just kind of like recovering from this. I was just like, it was a bad time as well, because this was about end of December. So everyone went back home for Christmas, but I came back to uni for Christmas. So then for the next like few weeks, I was at university alone because everyone else went home, including my best friend and everything. So I was like in this student accommodation, and everyone had basically went home, all my friends and whatever. So I was alone for a few weeks. And I swear to God, I literally just like cried almost every day. I didn't go outside in the sun for like a week at a time. I just played like RuneScape for hours a day and ate cereal like 6 times a day. And I think I went to the gym like once that entire month. I just felt like fucking shit. Did she try to come back after your success? We kind of fell out of touch around then. And then she ended up quitting university, like going back home. I think, the stress got to her as well. She had like a health issue as well. So then I moved on after this month. I moved on kind of quick. I started to, she was the first girl I'd ever been with. This is when I started to I turned into a fucking degen. So I started to fuck through my way through university. And I think in like second or third year, maybe I spoke to her once on like text message or something, but like, not much, whatever. And it was By the time I think I got like fairly successful, I ended up searching her name on Instagram, finding her and sending her a message. And both of us kind of like spoke a little bit. And yeah, by then it was already like, 4, 5, 6 years later. So um the love and the feelings weren't really there, but it was just kind of nice to sort of reach out to her and whatever. Now that I answer that question for you guys, you tell me in the chat. Answer the question yourselves. I'll read them out. What was the worst heartbreak for you guys? Tell me some of the details and I'll read out your story. Simping for a girl hurt more than having a girl, to be honest. Yeah, honestly, probably. I haven't been in love, so I can't say. My first girlfriend used to literally hit me. Self-hurt if I didn't sleep with her. I was a virgin at the time. 4 years of control and abuse, and then dumped me to go on a night out in Liverpool on the pool. Sean said, I haven't been in true love. I've been with 2 girls sexually, and they both turned out to be hoes. I've just been focusing on myself. Yeah. It is unfortunate, bro. It does seem like on average, especially in for a lot of places that most of us come from, on average, the girl you will attract she's destined to be a bit of a hoe. I mean, most people are. This is like the culture that we live in. People yearn for STDs, bro. Alexander, I'm yet to have a girlfriend, so no heartbreak. I'm 20 years old. Thoughts on waiting for someone genuinely special? Yeah, that's probably the better thing to do. Marinivalad, Cameron, he said, my mate slept with the girl I was dating. Only a 7 to 10 month relationship. Oh, your fucking friend. That's not even a friend, bro. When my crush came out as lesbian. No girlfriend, no heartbreaks. Love of my life went schizophrenics from shrooms. I'm going through one right now. Are you going through a breakup right now? Together for 6 years. Came back from 4 months of traveling at the start of the year. She just isn't feeling it anymore. I did everything for her. If you were gone for 4 months and then she says that, sorry to say this, bro, but she was like talking to other guys minimum while she were gone. Minimum, bro. If you're gone for a while and your girl has been loyal, she's like over the moon. She's excited. She's so happy. She's, so excited you're here. If she's been talking to other guys or getting pounded by other guys, then she's going to be acting like this. I went on Instagram Live. My went on Instagram Live, and I was there too, and a couple of guys. And she asked if they'd be interested in seeing her tits as a joke. She told me I'm too masculine and she wants a feminine guy. I loved her so much. From that day, I don't like any girl. I met a girl in medical school. We got along so well. She'd blush and we gave each other birthday gifts, and she's still the most attractive girl I ever met. Every interaction felt like a game of chess. Being broken up with at 3 a.m. over text after a year of dating, the night getting back from vacation. Oliver said, she was into me and I wasn't that into her, but I gave her a go anyway because I felt bad for her. When I truly started to love her, she lost feelings and got with my friend. Yeah, that sounds like a fucked up girl, bro. She sounds like the type of girl who likes unavailable men. Her dad probably left the home. If I had to try and psychoanalyze her. After 4 years, I thought she could be my wife. I was kind of an asshole with her, beating her, yelling at her, but just for her sake. After that, she left the country to study a doctor. Now she's a doctor. Ken said, I was 14 to 16 at the time, and this was the first ever girl that I tried to be intimate with. I ended up getting rejected, and now I'm 18. Her birthday last month gave her flowers, still no chance. Even I have improved. Yeah. My first ex was a Girl Scout. She always went on trips and camps, and to be honest, I'm sure she messed around. Anyways, it ends after a few months and a few days, so I was actually told she been bitching way before. Ishaya said 3 years ago, a girl I was into during college came back into my life showing high interest. There were miscommunication while I went on a vacation. She ended up blocking me and got married a year later. Tom bought a girl flowers and she literally said she just wants to hook up. What the fuck is wrong nowadays? Yeah, look, this is gonna happen, especially to like the good guys. You are going to get just fucking played and tossed aside by all the girls who are just hoes, who are listening to ghetto music and they just want to twerk and they just want to do the TikTok dances and talk to their friends about how toxic their boyfriends are, because this is like the culture that a lot of them live in. It's like a flex. They're fallen for the goy slop Israeli propaganda. So there's two things you can do. You can change and become more of a bad boy and fuck these girls like these retards, or you can stay as you are, even though you'll get rejections and made fun of by these hoes. And eventually you'll meet a girl who's not a hoe and she'll be into you because you're a gentleman. But you will get rejected by a lot of hoes before then. So, your choice, man. Because it definitely hurts when you get rejected by any kind of girl, even if she's not high quality. It still hurts, right? Still doesn't feel nice. So it can definitely be tough, man. But yeah, like this is the problem of showing up as like a good man. Most girls on average are attracted to guys who are not good men. They're attracted to guys who are toxic. So when you aren't toxic, you will continually get rejected by so many girls, even seemingly good girls. They're not, they're all hoes. So then that will try and convince you that you should probably change your ways. And you can, like, that's what I did. I'm not sure if that's the best way though. You can change your ways so that you can sort of optimize for the hoes that you're meeting. But if you hold frame and stay as yourself, you will meet a girl who's actually worth being with faster. But that's just that's just theory. So don't take my word for it.